Hello everyone, my name is LiangZhan. So today I'm going to do a presentations about e-reader displays. But before starting the presentation, I was curious of questions. Anyone use e-reader before? Or do your parents have one? Or did you use any device that using the electronic paper device technology? So that is the key point about our today's presentation, the e-reader display, what we can refer to electronic paper. So what is e-reader display? E-reader display is electronic paper. It's when the electronic ink laminate on the plastic film and connect with the electronics. It is super light and it can reflect light, so it can present a similar property as paper. So a little bit history about the e-reader display. So in the 1968, RCA Radio Corporation of America published an idea of display that can use in liquid crystal materials, which were later referred to electronic ink. Then in 1970s, Panasonic began studying electronic paper technology, but they failed to the research because they think the LCD screen has more features than the electronic paper. So in 1995 to 1997, an MIT professor, LiangZhan Li, and his colleagues and students create technology called electronic ink technologies. And that is the point that the e-reader display begins. So the physics behind the e-reader display is pretty simple. So e-ink, which refers to electronic ink, is a liquid material when laminated on plastic film and adhere to electronics will form electronic paper display. So e-ink has million microclusters, which are only size as human hair. Each microcluster is composed of a positive and negative particles. And when electricity applies to these particles, it will form images and letters. And here we are, the e-ink technologies. So these are 11 parts about the e-ink technologies. The upper layer, the white one, the transparent electro layer, which is the blue ones, and the transparent microclusters, and the white pigments, black pigments. Those are the colors we're gonna see on the e-readers. And then the transparent oil, the pixel layer, and the bottom supporting layers. And then when the lights flow through the pigments, it's gonna reflect what the color is. So like here, when the light shooting on the black pigments and then reflect, it will be a black colors. Right here, the light shoots on the white pigments, you're gonna reflect as a white colors. So here is demonstration about the e-ink display. So we can see the magnetic fields, the negative and positive, and we can see the black and white pigments. So as I said before, the white pigments refer to the positive pigments, positive charge pigments, and black pigments will be referred to negative pigments. And when the pigments moving, you're gonna move through the corresponding electron fields. Right here, you can see the black pigment is moving to a negative charge electrolytic field. So on the bottom, we cannot see on the pigments on the bottoms. We can only see the upper corner pigments. So another demonstration about the e-reader display. So when we're writing it and using a magnetic pen, the magnetic pen right on the e-readers, the pigment is gonna move around. And if there are no electricity, it's gonna stay at the same state, which means the images or whatever you're drawing on the e-readers are gonna stay here. And then when you want to clean the e-readers, you just need a little bit of electricity go through it, and then gonna reset. Just show like this. And here we're gonna talk about the pros for the e-reader display. So e-reader display is not hurting eyes because electron ink will reflect the light. There's no backlight like a LCD screen, which shows below. So it can maximize protect your eyes. And e-reader display also have a long working time. What do I mean by long working times? Is because when you move in the page, you're gonna use electricity. When you're not moving the pages, then the image is gonna stay right here, letters gonna stay here, will not reduce any energies. Just what I show right here. So only when you reset, when you're moving the e-readers, you're gonna use electricity. So here, that's why e-reader display can use for a long time. Say battery life is also the same things. Only when you flip the page, when moving the page, it's gonna use the battery energies. And the e-reader display also is like and things. That ways you can maximize, reduce the use of materials. So down below is a comparison between electronic paper and papers and LCD. We can see electronic paper is actually almost same as the papers, and LCD has a backlight which is gonna hurting our eyes. The cons from the e-reader display is it cannot use in dark place because the e-reader display require light to do work. And you also have low reflection rate compared to LCDs. That's why the quality of the e-reader is so low. Also, it cannot show moving images. That also the technical issues about the e-reader display. And e-reader display right now only have a black, white, and pink 3 colors, and there's no too many colors for the e-reader displays. Impact. So as e-ink technology moving on, it applies to magnetic fields, digital signage, smartwatches, mobile phones, and even electronic shelf labels. So talking about the electro radio display, when I was just came to Americans, I was like, who these guys doing? Why are they holding the e-radio display? So but before I don't know what is e-radio display, but right now I learned it, and I feel like this thing is so amazing because it maximally protect your eyes and can use anywhere. You can see everywhere in our daily life. So that is how important the technology is in inventing the e-ink technologies. And I believe as time goes further, e-ink will be a place on our daily life, and we can see it more in our daily life. And that would be my end of my presentations. Thank you for listening. And here's my reference.